It's
Too
gone.
slow.
How could you?
Keep going.
How could you?
Keep going. Ignore the pain.
I told you it was to trick you. I told you.
Where are you going? There's nothing to follow.
Come on.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
There's the tree.
There he was. The lone figure of a boy.
He's there. Under the tree.
Swordplay under the shade of a tree.
You have to.
She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him.
You have to keep going.
The gloom lifted. For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Senua. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into it, a gift from everyone.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
It's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. It's real.
You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick.
You're deluded.
Where are you going?
Where is she going?
What is she following?
You can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy
They
you.
won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
Can you see him?
You want to believe it.
Is he
It's
there?
not real.
Is he there?
You're alone in these mountains.
Is that Dillian?
Nothing lives here. You won't.
Survive.
You met him by the tree.
She met him by the tree.
Maybe it's a sign, the tree.
What's he trying to tell you?
He's waiting for you by the tree.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel... She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face.
Take it. Sword.
But to what end?
Take it. Dillian left him
Well,
here. Take it.
that night.
Take it. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's ending.
It's coming from there and there.
Oh, what are they?
Look.
Where's it coming from? She started something. Oh,
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
go to the shard. What's the shard? Find it.
The metal runestones. the runes. You need that sword.
Go to the shop.
Find the shards. Where is it?
Find it. There it is.
Focus.
Where's the shard? Focus.
Focus.
Use your eyes. Look.
Get closer.
What can you see?
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place.
Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes, and it forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
This will help you. Careful. You have to be able to see.
Who's there?
Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
There he is. Dillian. There he is. Finally. You
Found him. What's wrong? What happened? Can you hear me? Just wait there. I'll find you.
You have to find him. This is your mission. Find him. You have to use everything you have and find him. Get him back.
He was just there. How could you lose him? How could she lose him?
How could she? Find him.
I'll find him.
What was that? Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices?
Is that his voice or the voice of the dead?
Not Dillian.
Dillian's calling to you. Can you
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
She has to keep going. It's not safe here. She has to keep going.
If you go down there, no one can save you.
It's too scary.
I can hear him.
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist.
Can you go? You're failing. Find another way.
The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
Let him slip through your fingers once again. Think clearly. You have to find another way. There has to be another way. You don't recognize it.
Don't doubt yourself, you'll never find it.
She doesn't recognize it.
Yes, you do, you know.
It's not him.
It's not him.
We told you. We told you it was a trick.
That voice doesn't sound like Dillian.
What's happening?
Quiet.
It's not him.
He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
That's not Dillian.
That doesn't sound like Dillian.
It sounds like something more dangerous.
That voice. It's not Dillian. Dillian wants me to face my fears. Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chieftain's son.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal.
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No!
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods. Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
I am leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
It's done.
You did it.
But there's more. There's more.
You're tired, but you have to keep going.
There's still more.
There's always more to do.
It's not going to be easy. Can you do another one?
It's too much.
Have you got the energy? She hasn't got the energy.
to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin, he was beautiful, good, and wise. He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
Bridge. You've come this far, but the bridge is broken.
There's no way you can fix it.
What do you do now, Senua?
What is it?
What does it see? This mask is here to watch you fail again. Don't fail. It's dangerous.
Don't go near it.
Don't go. You want to see what the mask sees?
No, she doesn't. Don't look through it.
Curious. Focus.
Where are we?
It's the same. It's another world. It's lighter.
It's nicer.
The bridge.
It's not broken.
It's fixed.
What happened?
The bridge is fixed.
Let's cross it.
The Northmen tell this story about the death of Balder. It begins with dark dreams.
You can
Night after night, Balder dreams of his own death, and the gods fear for his life. So Balder's mother makes everything.
He's waiting for you.
Fire, water, fire, stone, earth, wood,
He's close.
birds, serpents, poison, sickness.
She loves you.
Not to harm her son.
Pulling you. Open the gate.
She can't.
Open the gate.
It's locked.
Try harder.
She can't. The gate. She can't. She can't. She will. She'll find a way. She always finds a way.
The gate is open. Go through the gate.
Go through it.
It's dangerous.
Follow it.
What's behind the gate?
Where will it take you?
It's not safe.
Dillian.
There he is.
There he is.
What are you waiting for?
Quick, find a way.
Find him.
Go through.
Before he disappears.
Dillian, don't lose him.
Where is he?
Where's he gone?
We're in the wrong world.
He's not here.
She's in the wrong world.
He's not in this world.
He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world.
the dark.
The world once seemed so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light.
You can't go up.
Not in this.
Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillian taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of colour stretching away from the gloom. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
Do you remember what it was to touch it? Do you remember the way he looked?
gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Baldur, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Baldur's mother, "Is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?" "I did not ask the mistletoe," Baldur's mother confesses. "I thought it was too young." Oh dear.
You have no chance of loving her. Nobody will love you ever again.
She should have listened to her.
Why didn't she listen to her?
She thought she could define it. Look what happens to the things you love.
Just like it strangled him. Do you think she remembers him?
We spend our lives searching for the meaning in life, and we ask the gods for guidance. But the truth to life is revealed when we can face death without fear. How can the gods understand us if they refuse to die themselves? We spend our lives searching for the meaning in life, and we ask the gods for guidance. But the truth to life is revealed when we can face death without fear. How can the gods understand us if they refuse to die themselves?
Do you remember meeting him beneath the tree? Do you remember the smell of his neck?
He saved you. He saved you.
That's you.
You owe him.
His love keeps you strong. led you astray.
You should have listened to your father when you had the chance.
Why didn't you listen to him?
This love has tortured you, and it tortures me.
Doesn't know who killed him, but we do. He didn't believe that she was cursed.
He saved you when everyone else turned their backs. Dillion's in the tower.
He's there. Senua, you've got it.
Why isn't he here?
He's gone.
He's in the dark world.
He's gone to the dark world.
You're in the wrong world.
He's in the other world.
The dark world.
Without you. Was it worth it?
You're still alive and Dillion's dead. He doesn't deserve to be dead.
How does that make you feel?
There he is.
Where are you taking
He's
him?
up there.
He's up there.
How do you get up there?
There's a way. There is a way up there.
Find the way.
She can do it. You're nearly there. Just find the way. Everything gets broken in the end.
You killed him with your love because he believed in you.
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god, Huth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking part. Huth says, "I cannot see where Balder stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon."
Years had passed since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend, Dillion. She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes, movement. An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zinbel and her past, and Dillion, her future. Two realities tearing at her soul.
With grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Balder return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Balder stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Balder, weep him out of Hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. except for a giantess they found in a cave. Baldur was never my friend, she says. Let Hel keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise.
He was kind to her. Feel like to feel a love so strong. She thought she had light within her. She is pure darkness. Watch you fall. What if these trials mean nothing? God's laughing at you. What if they take you no closer to Dillian? Dillian, you're letting this get in the way. What if they are just to tire you, to make you weak before the battle? You're guilty. Was it worth it? What if this is pointless? What are you doing? Why did you think you could make this work? You keep seeing runes. You see runes everywhere. Everywhere? But what if they're not real? What if they don't actually make sense? What if they're a trick? The gods were lying. If you think it makes sense, but really the gods are playing with you. It makes sense in your mind, but it doesn't make sense in your worlds. The gods, but it doesn't mean anything. You can't read this language, you don't understand. Sinbel was right. You're wasting time. You're cursed. You will never succeed. Slow! Quicker! You broke him. You killed him. You couldn't see the darkness within you. Dillian saved her. You owe your life to Dillian. You owe everything to him. Do you remember how he made you feel? What if it's all about wasting your time just to he saw who she really was. Minute by he saw the warrior. What does she think she's doing? You're special. She thinks she'll believe it. They mean nothing. Special. Waste of time. It could all be a waste of her time. What if the gods are just toying, playing? What if the gods are laughing? Mess sing with her.
It wouldn't.
Dillian!
First time.
It's not safe. You're going to fall.
Dillian never much cared for the underworld
You're going to fall.
and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Sinbad.
She can do it. You can do it.
I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillian's arms, learned to see the world through his eyes. Slowly, the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
Be quick. Be quick. Careful. Breathe. Be very, very careful.
You've come this far. Don't let him slip away.
It's a narrow bridge.
No!
There's a long way to fall.
Where's he gone? It's your fault. He's disappeared. You've lost him to the sea. He's gone. You've lost him to the... Just gone to the water. He's drowned.
Senua. Your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes. No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like. The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. Should we fix them by taking away their sight? Would you give up the beautiful world that you, and only you, can see just to be rid of your nightmares? Or is this the
What if
price
this
you
is
pay?
pointless?
for the
What
gift
if you're
you have?
wrong?
What if this has nothing to do with the sword?
What if we're wrong? The sword will never work.
The gift that makes you so special in my life.
What if this is the end?
Just
It's just
another
a trick.
part of the person I know.
It's just a pointless test.
You've been fooled before, you could be fooled again.
You're being tested.
I left for a while
It's
to
just their
protect you
game
from
for
my
you. You never know which way it's going to go.
because I love you. But it made it worse. I'm so sorry.
The Northmen say that their Allfather, Odin, gave his eye in exchange for a drink from Mimir's well, the Well of Wisdom. In blindness there can be wisdom. Only by giving can you receive in return. For this reason, I give my life and pass on my stories of the Northmen to you, Senua.
Where am I? I can't see. Who's there?
Can you hear me?
Dillian.
I'm right here. Can't you see me?
Help me.
Breathe slow.
It's the darkness.
Stay still. Empty your thoughts. Tell me what you feel.
The breeze.
Good. And
The
there is
others.
a way out.
The voices. I can't tell where it comes from.
I'm still here. Yes, you can.
It's so quiet. So dark.
It's okay. Listen to your own breath. everything you hear and feel. Let your senses guide you.
I think I'm somewhere else now. The breeze has gone.
Use all of your senses. Let the world speak to you. What do you hear?
I hear water.
Go to it.
I've reached the water.
Good. That's your way out. Follow it upstream.
So sorry. I thought I left this all behind.
Don't be sorry. It's not your fault.
He was right. It's inside of me. It won't let me go.
Senua, my father, he taught me the hardest battles are fought in the mind, not the soul. When you come, who's that from the warrior tribe? This is just another battle. You can beat it.
This isn't for bad. You don't have to help me.
I want to. Besides, you are going to be a great warrior one day. We need people like you.
Okay. I'll do my best.
I know what you're thinking.
There is a house.
He's not really here. Seems there's no escaping the past in this place.
I don't know what's inside.
Don't be afraid.
And so she's forced to relive it. To what end?
To live. There's something in here.
Do you see it?
No.
Then it cannot see you. Quietly move past it, one step at a time.
It's not following me.
Leave it behind. Keep moving forwards.
There's more of them. I think they're moving.
You're breathing too fast.
I'm scared.
Listen to the sound of your breath. In and out. In and out.